Thank you so much for joining me for this core strength focused flow. We're going to go ahead and get started lying down, and to start with we're just going to open up all across the front line, activate the core and the glutes just to get everything moving before we move straight into some boat poses. So if we come down onto the back, finding a place where we can allow the shoulders and the hips to sink down, and maybe taking a little wriggle just to find the most comfortable place to start. From here, we're going to see about taking the soles of the feet as close towards the glutes as they can go. So drawing them in, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And if we rest the hands down either side of the hips, we're going to squeeze the glutes and just peel the spine off of the mat. So lifting upwards as you inhale, we're pressing the hips forwards and up, and we're squeezing the inner thighs together to make sure the knees aren't falling out to the sides, right? So keeping everything active, even though we're opening up all across the front line of the body here. Breathing in deeply, and the last little option is going to be to see about interlacing the hands behind us and taking a little shuffle up onto the triceps. So that's going to give us that extra little bit of lift here. Breathing in deeply, squeezing to press the hips as high up as they go. And from here, we've got the option to stay, right? So this is going to be our first little stop along the way. The second option is going to be to see about taking the weight over into the right foot and maybe lifting the left. So if we point the toes up towards the sky, as we exhale, we're going to sink the hips down. As we inhale, we're going to lift. Exhaling to lower, inhaling, pressing them high. As we exhale, we're coming down, and as we inhale, we're lifting up. 2 more, lowering, and then inhaling, exhaling down, inhaling to lift. And from here, we're going to take the left foot back down alongside the right, taking any little wriggles and shuffles to find our way back into that high bridge, and allow everything to come back to neutrality. When it's all feeling a little bit more possible, we're going to take it over to the other side. So taking the weight into the left foot this time, lifting the right foot, squeezing to take the foot as high as it'll go. As we exhale, we're going to dip, and with the inhale, we're going to lift. Exhaling down, inhaling up. With the exhale, we're coming down. And with the inhale, pressing high, lowering and lifting. 1 more round, coming down, lifting up, and then taking the right foot down alongside the left. We're just going to squeeze to lift the hips 1 last time, and then releasing the hands. We're going to wind the hips slowly back down towards the floor. And when they land, we're going to draw the knees into the chest. So just taking a little rock from side to side, allowing everything through the lower back to slowly start to relax. So when we take that high bridge pose, we get a lot of compression in the lower back. So we're just allowing that to start to release. And from here, we're going to land the soles of the feet, reaching the hands out in front, reaching through the fingertips. So we're protracting the shoulders forwards. We can always take a little step forwards with the feet here. The further the feet are forwards, the easier this next little bit's going to be. And we're just going to start by squeezing the tummy to lift the head and the shoulders off of the mat. From here, we're going to squeeze to lift all the way up, and usually it lifts one of my feet, if not both of them. So if you're the same, that's absolutely fine. We're going to take the hands behind, taking any little wriggles and shuffles, and then rolling the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and pointing the toes. So from here, we're already in our full Navasana, right? So we get to stay right here if this is the part that feels the most supported. And if we're going to keep the hands and the feet down, then as we move from high boat to low boat, we're just going to slide the hands and the feet forwards and backwards, right? The second option is going to be to find a little bit of lift. And for this, we're going to start by lifting the left foot. And if it feels stable, we can see about lifting the right too. Squeezing the tummy, drawing the shoulder blades together, and maybe reaching the right hand out in front. And if you've got the balance, maybe taking the left hand alongside. We can always keep the knees bent like this. This is usually where I stay. Some people like to extend the legs to really switch on things through the core and the quads. Breathing in deeply wherever you find yourself. With the next inhale, the feet go forwards and the shoulders come back, but they don't quite land. And as we exhale, we're going to come all the way back up to the top. So we're going to take 5 rounds. As we inhale, we're going to lower. And as we exhale, we're going to come back up to the top. Inhaling, extending long. Exhaling, squeezing and coming back up to center. With the inhale, we're going to extend. Exhaling, compressing. Breathing in, lowering. Exhaling, lifting. One final round as we inhale. Exhaling back up to the center. And for this next round, we've got the option to stay right here. We can always take the hands to the backs of the hamstrings for that extra little bit of support, rolling the shoulders back. Or the second option is going to be to stay in our low boat for a count of 10. We get to come in and out as much as feels good, right? So maybe starting by reaching the hands long, breathing in deeply, we're going to lower, and now keeping the breath moving, pointing the toes, reaching through the fingers, we're going to stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drawing the knees back into the chest. Here we go. From here, we're going to land the heels and we're going to take the peace fingers around the big toes, rolling the shoulders back, taking a deep inhale, lifting first the left foot, and then taking that little shuffle to lift the right foot up along the side. So once again, we get to stay here, right? Pressing through the heels, keeping everything really active. Or we're just going to take a couple of rounds of leg lifts. So finding the balance, squeezing everything through the core. As we inhale, we're going to extend the right leg. Exhaling, taking that bend at the knee. Inhaling, extending the left leg, taking it back to the knee. Breathing in and then releasing the exhale. Inhaling to extend. Exhaling back to center for the final round. As we inhale, we're going to see about extending both legs long, reaching through the heels. And if we squeeze the shoulder blades together, finding a sense of length through the back as well as through the legs. And we get to stay right here. If this is that place that feels the most powerful, then maybe staying right here. Or the second option, as we inhale, we're going to see about taking the feet apart, and you've got to squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift the chest. Breathing in deeply, staying for one really deep inhale here. With the exhale, we're going to take the feet back together. Breathing in, extending the feet wide. Exhaling, feet back together. With the inhale, we're going to go wide, and with the exhale, we're going to draw the feet back together. One final round. Inhaling, widening. Exhaling, taking the feet back together. We're going to take the heels back down to the floor, releasing the toes. And if we take the hands behind, we're going to shuffle up over onto the shins. So finding our way into a low kneeling. From here, if the hands come down in front, we're just going to tap the forehead to the floor. And then as we inhale, the hands come behind, squeezing the glutes and the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest and the hips. Exhaling, lowering the hips down and resting the forehead down in front. As we inhale, we're going to lift, pressing everything forwards and up. And as we exhale, we're going to allow everything to sink down in front, Maybe taking a little shuffle from side to side, checking in with the back and the shoulders, and then one final round as we inhale. Hands come behind, pressing the hips forwards and up. Exhaling, coming back through the center. If we take the feet out in front, shuffling all the way down onto the back, allowing the head and the shoulders to rest down, and taking a few moments to allow everything to relax.